You know, we gotta rise above the negativity. Psalm 94:19 is what we standing on right now. When I'm filled with cares, your assurance soothes my soul. Yeah, I got me, and I got some of my friends on this track. Listen, payback is a beep. Remember what you did to the children of this. Now it's all coming back on you, but we hit. We ain't falling for the fake news, baby. We choose to trust in the one who's a shelter, food and guns. We ain't taking no chip in our hand, and we ain't taking no vaccination. Rise above the negativity so you can stand.
Rise above all the negativity. Rise because we sitting in the heavenly, right next to the King of Kings. There's about to be a momentum swing. Rise above all the negativity. Rise because we're sitting in the heavenly, right next to the King of Kings. There's about to be a momentum swing.
There's about to be a momentum swing for the nation of Yahshua. For the nation of Yahshua. Yes, a momentum swing. And I tell you that Yahudah will one again reclaim the throne. Yahudah will one again beat the praises of old. And I brought my friend Mo. Break it down one time.
Yahudah got the keys to the kingdom. Yahudah and his prayer tries to buy a redeemer. Yes, sir, the been declared for time to hold. The sea raining over the nations. Here we go. That's right, Yahudah want it all back. King coming with the big payback. Poured out his mouth for his enemies attack. Busting out the clouds. And with the kings, with the queens, we redeem. I redeem, we esteem, and believe. Yah Elohim. They rain would disappear like a vapor. If you really think you can overcome my creator. Yes, sir, he said to do a new thing. Manifest the sons and daughters of the king. Have the earth even seen such a thing? It's about to be a momentum swing.
Rise above all the negativity. Rise because we're sitting in the heavenly, right next to the King of Kings. There's about to be a momentum swing. Rise above all the negativity. Rise because we're sitting in the heavenly, right next to the King of Kings. There's about to be a momentum swing.
Oh, foolish nation. Did you think Abba Yahuwah would forget his own? Do you think he would forget his own and break his promises? Oh no, this time I have my friend Mainframe. Break it down one time.
Yeah, rise up, yeah, we raising the grain, it's full face. Whole place, cause they raising the cane, it's plain. I'm able with the plenteous rain, and thunderous rain, and setback. You think it's a game? A game. My Aki, my Echo, my Mishpat. We blow oats, so bars and multiplying like God folks. Yo, go to better, yo, they got coats. But that was a different world we living in. Bitter the waters leading the bitter man. But in the battle, thinking what could have been. Shoot to the start, beat to the bitter end. Red in the tour, see where it did, man. Y'all send the sun, call it the middleman. Change the game, Jersey, the Meadowland. Giants was lost like the Bedouin.
All right. I might be a little tired today. All right, but I'm gonna get it together. Okay. Let me start hitting hold. Let me hit hold. Let me see which way I'm gonna go. Let me. All right, but I'm gonna get it together. All right, let me see which way I'm gonna go. I'll just throw it right here. How many of y'all know, you often hear the black and brown coalition. That ain't what the scriptures say, family. The Most High said we got to look to him. Not the Latinos, not the white man, not him. Okay? All right, let me get on into it. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna be more like news, but I'm gonna put some scripts in here. I'll put them in a minute. Let me put this in. Let me go on and hit hard. Start off, hit the ground running. All right. Okay. Now this is some so-called Latinos plotting on black folks. Shalom, everybody. Y'all forgive me. I'm all over the place. Shalom. Love y'all. Glad y'all can make it. All right. But this, y'all 3 LA City Council members, anti-black leaked audio prove there is no black-brown coalition. These folks, Dr. Claude Anderson, been screaming for years. These folks don't come here to be the friend. They come to get up over us. That's in Deuteronomy 28. The alien that is among thee shall rise higher and higher, and you shall go down lower and lower. Deuteronomy 28. It's gonna probably be Sojourner in the. Let me see here. Let me just Google it. Type in Bible. Should be Deuteronomy 28:43. Deuteronomy 28:43. Must be hit the wrong chapter, 26. All right, 28:43. The stranger, that's the alien, that is within thee, you know, that's around you, shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Let me go back to this. Let me put it in English where you can understand it. The alien who is among you shall rise higher and higher above you, and you shall come down lower and lower. Now you see why Biden and them importing illegal immigrants over here. They prioritizing illegals over us. Anybody but the Negro. They are prioritizing Ukrainians. They give billions of dollars every year to some Ashkenazi Jews. Aliens, strangers. Deuteronomy 28:43. All right. And while I'm at it, let me play this. I got it on my stream, y'all. Let me play this while I'm at it. I told y'all I'm all over the place. Sometimes that's a good thing. Especially when the Most High, you know what I'm saying? I don't know which way I'm gonna go.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. Hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Okay, so he barking orders to black folks. He said, they import illegals over here. The country is gonna be minority white. That ain't our problem. Y'all need to take that up with the Most High. Y'all claim y'all serving him. Y'all claim this is a Christian nation. Why don't y'all petition him and ask him why this is? It's doomed because of y'all. That's why it's doomed. Y'all was our punishment, and guess what? Y'all punishment is on the horizon. Listen.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not.
Okay, praise y'all. Praise y'all for that. Y'all fall, we rise. And still we rise. You get a little Maya Angelou up in here. All right. Here we go. Let me bring it back around.
It says it's a council president, Nuri Martinez of Los Angeles, talking about the district attorney, George Gascon. So let's play this quick clip.
For all the, folks like with Gascon, he did call me. He wants to have breakfast with me.
What's taking you so long?
I just said, hey, we need to talk.
Your supported him from the.
All right, don't worry, I got you.
Yeah. Fuck that
So
guy.
you'll start seeing them line up.
You look at black.
Isaac was the first.
So as you heard, she says that he's a F that guy. He's with the blacks. Now on the next one, which a lot of people was talking about, was this particular clip here.
Whatever the kid's name is, I'm like, it's like the oddest thing. It's like black and brown on this float. And then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved. Este niño has they're not doing, the kid bouncing off the effing wall on the float, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Okay, so as she called the little black child looks like a little monkey about the council member Mike Bonin that you saw earlier. On this next one here, let's roll this one here.
They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
Yeah.
¿Sí me entiendes? Ven para acá.
It's a pinch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the fourth.
So anyways, getting back to redistricting.
Yeah.
So this Nuri Martinez, she said she wanted to take the little black child and beat him. That's interesting. She wants to beat a black child. Now here they're talking about more people here. Won't you hear this?
Yeah, let's go kick them.
Yes. I see a lot of little short, dark people.
Yeah, puro Oaxacan Korean. Not even like Kevin, little one.
I was like, I don't know where these people are from. I was like, I don't know what village they came out and got here, but.
And then they're wearing shoes.
So I get what we have to do, right? Just massage to create districts that benefit you all, right, and the future.
Yep.
But we got to figure out Mark's seat too.
Yeah.
That benefits you three.
If the African Americans look at this, now that he might or may not be suspended, I don't know what's going to happen. I think he should be, but anyhow, if he goes away.
You mean resign, not suspended?
No, here's.
You're right. Actually, yeah, there is a difference.
If I may.
If he resigns, hold on. If he resigns and the African Americans look at this as a hostile takeover because he's gone, we'll have to figure that shit out because politically they're going to come after.
Yeah, but can I say something right now? And this is what I call ¿cómo se llama this guy? The movie, the Wizard of Oz effect.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by the Wizard of Oz effect is when you're on the side of the curtain, it's like this big voice.
Yeah.
It sounds big. It sounds like this thousands something. And then when you actually when you pull the curtain, is that you see the little Wizard of Oz. You know what?
I've never watched the movie.
It's the same thing.
All right.
It's real simple. You got 100 people, right? 52 of them are Mexicanos. I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about my chances of beating your ass.
25 are for black. 25 blacks are shouting. But they shout like there were 250. Yeah. Well, there's 100 of us. They're like, it sounds like
So,
So that recording was very interesting because they're sitting up here trying to undermine black people politically. You see what they're doing? Trying to figure out ways to get black people out of the city council and try to undermine black people in their districts. Did you see that? You know what I'm saying? They are colluding against black people in Los Angeles. So what I've been paying attention to in California, and also I've been getting reports out of San Antonio, Texas as well. Brothers and sisters have been saying that they have been dealing with some racism as well. I've been hearing reports out of Chicago that they're dealing with the racism as well. Black people, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If y'all don't clamp down on them doing this, it's going to get out of hand. Once again, it's not right that if a white person be racist towards you, you're ready to galvanize the whole country. But when they do it, you're suffering in silence, scared to say something, talking about black and brown and all of that. I'm like, what? They're like, what are you talking about? You understand what I'm saying? Like there's no black and brown coalition.
Okay. Now, let me look at y'all for a minute. How many of y'all are aware of the public nuisance laws that they got in Los Angeles? The public the public nuisance law is something like, now y'all correct me, but the way I understand it, let's just say I got a doggone store. I happen to get a store, you know, and you got Pookie and Ray Ray some gangbangs out in the parking lot cutting up. They're gonna try to close my store down because I'm not handling what's going on out in the parking lot. That's the job of the police. That's what they got going on in Los Angeles. Is it starting to make sense now? While they closing down the black businesses, hostile takeover. Y'all look into these public nuisance laws. Yeah, you paying all these tax dollars to the police to take care of that. But because somebody decided to act a fool out in the parking lot of my store, the city gonna get together and say, we got to close you down. It ain't just in Los Angeles. I think it's in Chicago too. Maybe Atlanta. See, and another thing while we in Los Angeles. Okay. Let me pull up a video right quick. Don't y'all forget this. They got executioner gangs right there in Los Angeles. Right here. Guess who the chief is? Here go the chief, another Hispanic. Another Hispanic. But look what they got. Look what he got going on in his sheriff department.
Now to an Eyewitness News investigation. An alleged gang of sheriff's deputies within the LA County Sheriff's Department known as the Executioners. Their alleged tattoo depicts a skeleton in flames, an AK-47, and a Nazi-style helmet. Miriam Hernandez has a closer look at the pressure mounting on the department to open their files on any groups like this.
From inside the Compton Sheriff Station, a deputy's claim filed with the county about an aggressive band of his cohorts allegedly in control. According to the claim, members are branded with a sinister logo,
which is a skeleton wearing a Nazi helmet with an AK-47 laughing,
and go by a sinister name, the Executioners, which according to the claim does not allow African American or female members. Deputy Art Gonzalez alleges the deputy gang is trampling on the rights of citizens and targeting him as a whistleblower.
Deputy Gonzalez, he's afraid for his safety right now, as he should be. This is a violent gang, violence, shootings, beatings.
Why y'all beating him?
Claims of excessive force and much more. And the timing. As community outcry demands systemic change, allegations in the filing claim that as many as 40% of Compton deputies are inked executioners or prospects. Rumblings reaching the sheriff.
Well, first of all, there is no gang of any deputies running any station right now. This matter has already been receiving very swift administrative action. We've already...
Notice he didn't say no gang members in the department. He said wasn't none running it. I submit to you him. It's his department. He didn't say wasn't none in the sheriff's office. He didn't say that. I just happened to catch that.
Inked executioners or prospects. Rumblings reaching the sheriff.
Well, first of all, there is no gang of any deputies running any station right now. This matter has already been receiving very swift administrative action. We've already taken positive steps.
Pressure for change is intensifying. Professor Sean Kennedy at Loyola Law School releasing a 2-year study of deputy gangs, including the executioners.
Often the inking is attached to some kind of act of violence, including a shooting. It's the ultimate expression of your commitment to policing and your commitment to the deputy gang.
The complainant, Deputy Art Gonzalez, is a former U.S. Marine decorated for his service in Iraq, Afghanistan. Here in Compton, once praised for speedy action to save a 4-year-old boy shot in the head. The tipping point? Gonzalez says he witnessed a deputy executioner assaulting a fellow deputy. Gonzalez called a confidential tip line for internal affairs. To his shock, he says in his claim, the recording was intercepted.
Is within 48 hours, a recording of his supposedly anonymous call was leaked to the gang at the station.
He also reports that graffiti appeared at the station entrance.
Art is a rat, and that was placed at the keypad to get into the parking lot. So that's the most visible place in the entire station.
Compton, a flashpoint for high-profile crimes. Recently, the armored SUV of rapper YG in the middle of a shootout. And an 18-year-old security guard, Andres Guardado, chased by 2 Compton deputies, shot 5 times in the back. Evidence of the secret deputy pack emerged in the wrongful death shooting case of Dante Taylor. Compton deputy Samuel Aldama forced to reveal his tattoo, saying that about 20 deputies at the Compton station have the same ink.
Skeletons, which is a symbol of death. There are
now, what men? You know, I done did prison time. What men get the same tattoo? Think about it. The same tattoo. That's saying something. Okay, that's saying something without saying nothing.
There are flames on Aldama's tattoo, which symbolizes he's emerging from hell. There is an AK-47.
The Taylor family attorney put up huge billboards looking for potential victims. Aldama denied the group is a gang. The county settled for $7 million.
This is all taxpayers' money. So, yes, the taxpayers should be very worried. Criminal defense lawyers are going to be lining up, making motions for new trials.
Okay, y'all get the gist of it. All right, let me move on. There go the title right there if you want to look that up yourself. If you want me to drop it in the chat, just say I'll drop it in the chat. All right, let me move on. Let me see. I went over that. Oh yeah, here, yeah. Let's go over this.
Well, welcome to Who's Talking.
Right after your commercial break.
Hit the stage at former President Trump's rally in Nevada last night. And, well, let's just roll the tape.
They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bullshit.
Who want crime? How do we want what we got? Reparation, the very definition of reparation is paying what you owe. You took from us. You are the criminals. All these, that's why I got that. Let me show y'all this picture up here. Hold on, let me show y'all this picture. That's why I had that picture up here. That's him eating off of black folks. See, all these white universities making trillions and billions of dollars off of black folks, and black folks can't get no money for themselves. They get hurt and can't go to the NFL. There's no guarantee you're going to go to the pros. Meanwhile, white folks is making money hand over fist off of black bodies. And this bastard right here is talking about getting something for nothing. And look at Brett. Black folks can't eat because he got his hands in the welfare system. Look, all the talking behind our backs and stuff, backbiting. All in black folks' mouth. All in poor black folks' mouth. Brett and these Mzungus stealing money. All in black folks' mouth. Negroes can't even. That's why they out there robbing, because that's all they know. Some of them. And you know the system rigged. I done been in the system. You get out of prison. Ain't no system to get you no job. There is no temp service to go get you no job when you get out of prison. There's nothing to find you a place to stay when you get out of prison. There's no advice on how you can pay down pay off child support, pay off your fine that the judge gave you because he's racist. There is no advice and no information on how to pay off the court costs and the fines and the child support, how to get a job, what you gonna do for transportation, how you gonna get some clothes. None of that. Then they want to talk about like we some criminals. That was the first woman in the first video I did, the Latino woman. Meanwhile, black college students, black young men can't make no money off of themselves. Nothing. I tell you what, if I can't get paid off of my work, then you sure enough ain't going to get nothing. That ain't nothing but slavery. Slavery was white folks getting paid off of black folks' work. That's what colleges are doing. They getting millions and billions and trillions of dollars off of black folks' work. Why I say black folk? Because it's majority us. Don't nobody. We spend a whole lot of money to go see them, to see our people. But anyway, let me get back over here. Let me play it back. See if I pick up on something else he's putting down.
Alabama Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville hit the stage at former President Trump's rally in Nevada last night. And, well, let's just roll the tape.
They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the...
Let's just roll the tape.
They want crime because they want to take over what you...
Who in their right mind want crime? See, this is that KKK birth of a nation mess. Painting black folks as criminals. Painting all of us with one broad brush, like all of us. This is all of us. Yeah. But when we go to talking about what they done, well, that ain't that all of us didn't do that. I'm talking to the guilty. That's them. But look, okay.
You got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation.
No, we want our own. We want our own stuff. Every time we got it throughout history, y'all stole it, burnt it down, y'all and the federal government and the military and the Klan and the politicians. Stole, still stealing. Run a highway through the black towns. That you don't know what black towns was? Check your interstates. You know we couldn't live around them. So what happened to all those black towns where black folks used to live in? Oh, eminent domain. Ran on with a highway. Put a highway there. They put a highway there. That's all right. When the Most High get through raining down fire and brimstone on you devils, y'all gonna do like the Egyptians in Exodus. Y'all gonna be fine in the Hebrew. Breaking yourself.
Because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bullshit. They are not owed that.
Now, just to be clear, they want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. There's no other way to read that sentence, and we've reached out several times to Tuberville's team. There's no other way to read that other than black.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. If I said it, I'm gonna stand on it. I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna tell you what I meant. Now, if it's something I ain't got no business saying, then why he ain't gonna speak on it, huh? You can't stand on what you saying, and you need to sit down. If you can't stand on it, sit down.
People want reparations, and they do the crime.
Is that what he means by they? When he keeps
that
saying
is exactly
they want that or they?
There's only one conversation
exactly
about
what he
reparations, and it's for descendants.
And crime.
of stuff.
Tommy Tuberville can go to hell. And let me tell you why. The fact is, he made tens of millions of dollars off unpaid black men as a football coach. He literally has the stature he has because people went out there and assumed the risk and incurred the risk of concussions, playing hard and everything. And then for him to give these racist tropes, I mean, it infuriates me. But this is a large swath of the Republican Party that they have to deal with that they've never done.
Yeah, I mean, they just flat out, he talking about black people. He should man up and say it. American descendants of slaves do deserve reparations in this country. They absolutely do. But for him to equate a whole group of people as being criminal, you know what's criminal? Allowing people to languish in poverty, not supporting policies that will lift people up. That is what's criminal.
By the way, there's a way to talk about crime in this campaign. It's an important issue. A lot of people are worried about it.
It is.
This ain't it.
Well,
it is. Objectively speaking,
Okay. Yeah, y'all know this is pretty much Democrats. So You know, they work for the Democrats, or they trying to hold down their job. Take that with a grain of salt. They'll sell you some swampland. Okay. Let me see what this is.
Over the weekend, the first-term Alabama Republican spoke during a rally in Nevada featuring former President Donald Trump. Tuberville criticized the Democratic Party's stance on crime while making racially charged remarks linking Black people to crime.
They're not soft on crime. They're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. They are not owed that.
The Alabama senator's remark seems to claim that Black people are, quote, people that do the crime. That is a quote. The Democratic Party does not support reparations, but President Biden has said he supports studying the issue. CBS News.
Why don't they do a study when they giving money to immigrants, illegals, and putting them up in hotels? They don't do no study then. They don't do no study when they just they got an open check. They got just Ukraine said they want some money. They just give the Ukrainians money. The Afghans, they give them money. The Asians, they give them money in the hate crime bill. They don't do no studying. What studying is stalling, and then that stalling gonna be nothing.
Biden has said he supports studying the issue. CBS News reached out to Senator Tuberville for comment and has not yet received a response.
As he did in that interview, that he's going around doing all of these events, seeing thousands upon thousands.
All right. Y'all know I got to get to the welfare cane. Y'all know I got to get to the canes. I've been doing some I've been kind of did like a little scoreboard. I've been thinking how to put a scoreboard up there with bread in it. All right. Now, y'all know about the volleyball station. Okay. Y'all know he was trying to get taxpayer dollars for a drug company. Y'all know he was trying to get prison labor for the volleyball court. Y'all know he had himself a charity. He was taking donations from the charity, giving it to the school. So in a sense, robbing more needy people. All right. And then he also tried to get a football stadium built. Yeah, Provacus. But let's get back over here to this video. They're gonna pretty much get a rundown.
Star Brett Favre is in.
Now this here's another doggone Democrat left-leaning. So y'all just take it with a grain of salt. They got an agenda. That's what that means. They got an agenda. And it ain't for us. All right.
Rightful trouble for a welfare scandal in Mississippi, the nation's poorest state, by the way. No. He wasn't trying to get on welfare. He's worth $100 million. He was trying to steal welfare funds to pay for a volleyball facility for his daughter's university. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't he just pay for it himself? Well, rich people are also selfish. So let's go into how we know about this. So these are accusations about fraudulent grants that were laid out in a lawsuit filed in May against 38 individuals and organizations, which sought the repayment of more than $24 million. Rather than helping the poor, the federal welfare program known as Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, or TANF, appeared to become a slush fund for pet projects and personal gain. That is according to the New York Times. Nancy New, who was a friend of the former Mississippi governor, Phil Bryant. Now,
I want y'all to pay attention. That word defrauded in and of itself is an illegal act. That's welfare fraud. That's what that is. See, when it's black folks, it's welfare fraud. But you don't hear nothing? You don't hear nothing about the Democrats Department of Justice. So they must be soft on crime. They want crime. Look at these Republicans in Mississippi. They want what we got. They taking what we got. Let's flip that around. Who's stealing from whom? Who's been stealing from whom since this nation been in conception?
Phil Bryant's wife, Deborah, ran a nonprofit that was in charge of spending tens of millions of flexible federal welfare dollars outside of public view. What followed was the biggest public fraud case in state history. Nonprofit leaders had misspent at least $77 million in funds that were supposed to help the needy forensic auditors found. Again, this is also a state where the Capitol.
Where is this money going? Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Let me see. I don't know which video it is. Y'all going to bear with me. Okay, that's the video I thought I was listening to. Okay, this is what I want y'all to see. Is this NBC? Yeah. This is what I want y'all to see right here.
The FBI questioning former NFL quarterback Brett Favre in a Mississippi welfare case. Favre's attorney confirming that to NBC News. It's all part of a massive investigation into alleged misuse of tens of millions of dollars meant to go to needy families in America's poorest state. Here's NBC's Justice and Intelligence correspondent, Ken Delanian.
You know, you have to make a choice whether you want to pay your light bill or whether you want to put food on the table.
Tamara Edwards raised 4 children on her own in Mississippi, applying for welfare benefits just once for childcare while she worked. Each year, Mississippi gets $86 million in welfare money from the federal government, though the state rejects 90% of those who apply.
Did y'all catch that? Where is this damn money going?
Government, though the state rejects.
Every year they getting $86 million from the federal government, but 90% of the cases are rejected. Where is the money going? Where the IRS at? Huh? What? Huh? What? The Department of Treasury? Where is this money going? Meanwhile, black folks drinking poison down there in Jackson, and everywhere else we just ain't figured out yet. See. Where does money every year? They need to do a complete audit every year. Where is money going? Think about it. Let me play it back a little taste.
For welfare benefits just once for childcare while she worked. Each year, Mississippi gets $86 million in welfare money from the federal government, though the state rejects 90% of those who apply, including Edwards.
When I reapplied, I was not able to be on it again because they told me that they didn't have the fundings for it.
But the state was dispersing millions more.
They didn't have the funding, but they reject. They didn't say she wasn't eligible. See, I just picked up on this now. They didn't say she wasn't eligible. That's a crime. Somebody needs to be held accountable. They said they didn't have the money. If they rejected 90% of the cases, if they rejected 90% of the cases, they get $86 million a year, and they rejected 90% of the cases. Then they got the money. They just ain't giving it to us. They ain't giving it to your black tail. Well, I don't need it, but I couldn't get it no way. I got a record. I got a prison. I can't get nothing no way. So never, But anyway. Yeah, the 10% probably white folks. Don't let these white folks fool y'all like they ain't getting nothing. Their whole history is getting something for nothing. The $5 Indians. Where you think they come from? Okay, they getting paid off of black folks in the colleges. Most of the black folks draw the crowd. That's a fact. They getting paid off of black folks' labor. They stole black folks' invention, stole the money out of black banks, erased the black town so that money will go to the white towns to spend. Integration, as they call it. This country we can't get nothing. The only thing we can give from this country is hell. And you think they're gonna let black folks lead in getting welfare? Come on now.
90% of those who apply, including Edwards.
When I reapplied, I was not able to be on it again, because they told me that they didn't have the fundings for it.
But the state was dispersing millions more of its welfare dollars, just not to families that are.
I'm gonna tell you something else. And then they can turn around. They can turn around and put her children in foster care because she ain't got the money to take care of the children. Y'all, did y'all see that? I just saw it myself. Okay, She went to the state to get some assistance. They didn't say she was not eligible for it. They said they didn't have the money. And then I'm guessing they didn't know, but they could turn around and take her children because she ain't got no money to take care of them. Meanwhile, these rich folks is getting the money. They want what don't belong to them. How about that?
Its welfare dollars, just not to families that urgently needed it. In court documents and audit reports, the state alleges that the head of Mississippi's welfare agency squandered more than $70 million intended for children in poverty, instead using it as a private slush fund to benefit his family and friends. Tens of millions of dollars on items like hiring retired pro wrestlers, first-class air travel, a horse ranch, and
I'm just gonna have to take a break. I mashed the wrong button. They have to take a break. They're in horse ranch, jets, living lavish. Boy, when y'all get y'all judgment, y'all getting it now. You just don't know it. Oh yeah, they ain't said nothing more about DiBiase, Ted DiBiase. But y'all get the gist of it. See what they did with Ted DiBiase. How is he the $1 million man? I guess he getting all that welfare money. Look. So let me see it. I done found something on accident. Let me see what this is. Maybe they got a video. All right. Former wrestling $1 million man hasn't repaid welfare funds misused by ministry. So his so-called church is built off of stolen money. That's about right. That lines up with the history of this country. So your God pricked your heart and told you to pay that money back. Your God must be Satan. So your God allows you to steal from the poor. Ooh, boy. How much money did he get? Let me see here. Okay, NFL star Brett Favre has become the public face of the Mississippi scandal over misspent welfare money. Favre received $1.1 million in misappropriated funds, now in stolen, which was used to build a volleyball stadium at the University of Southern Mississippi. Oh, he got $10 million. So they need to rename him the $10 million man instead of the $1 million man. Welfare king. Meanwhile, the family of Ted DiBiase, a former WWE wrestler who fought as the $1 million man, now operates a Christian ministry called Heart of David, received more than $10 million. And ain't nobody, crickets. This man got more than Brett. He got more than Brett. So I guess Brett must be the right-hand man, and this is the welfare king. I don't know. Brett Fraud. That's right. I was up this morning, man. I forgot what I was doing. Going in the refrigerator. Brett Fraud. Yeah, that's right. You can't steal Yeah, they steal it. Talk about misappropriating all, it's stealing. But anyway, just $770 million. Hold on. Hold on. 1 in 5 residents live in poverty, including 28% of the state's children. But the state sought to end cash payment to undeserving welfare queen. See, that's the scam. That's the scam. How you know they undeserving? It's the poor state. How do you know they're undeserving? So I guess Brett is deserving. Brett Fraud is deserving. The million dollar man, he deserving. So people with money deserve money. I guess that's how it works. Yeah, Captain Jones, some of them still live like enslavement. I was Knoxville County. It was a couple of houses that didn't have running water, black folks. I said, why they got all these barrels and buckets out on the porch around the house? Because they don't have no running water. An old shotgun house. House older than I am. This is black folks in Knoxville County. Mostly black people in the county. All right. Let me see here. But the state sought to end payment. That should have been evidence. All you got to do is an audit. That's all you got to do. You see, it's a lie. It's a ruse. It's a scam. It's a fraud. All you got to do is an audit, and you'll know who don't deserve to be on welfare. All you got to do is calculate the funds coming in. All you got to do is the taxes. That's it. And if it means that much to you, why don't you do a stakeout? If you that worried about somebody getting some money, yeah, can't nobody, somebody put, if it mean that tells you that these folks, they saw an opportunity to steal some money, and they still stealing, and they're gonna continue to steal. Why? Because it's not being punished. And instead convert welfare dollars into programs designed to help the poor achieve self. How? Okay, where is this program? Where is this program that's gonna help poor people achieve self-sufficiency? Okay, it's safe to say that program didn't work because this state is still the poorest state in the nation. So it's safe to say that plan didn't work. Where is this program that's gonna help poor people achieve self-sufficiency? Where is it at? I guess they put that money in Pastor's collection plate. I guess Ted DiBiase, he run the Church of Fraud in Christ. The name of his church must be the Church of Fraud in Christ. A years-long scandal ended up giving $77 million to $94 million in welfare funds to nonprofits. Okay? See, which doled out the money to friends and family members. There go your kings and queens. There go your kings and queens right here. There go your kings and queens. They doling out the money to family and friends who weren't qualified to receive it, who never delivered the work they were contracted to do. Brett, they paid you to deliver some speeches. You don't believe in working? You must be lazy. That's what they call us. Lazy and don't want to work. Welfare kings. You must be lazy, Brett. You too old to work now? All right. In May, they and 2 dozen other defendants were named in a lawsuit seeking the return of funds. Who is this lawsuit? Why ain't the federal government stepping in? The federal government is aiding and abetting the theft. They ain't changed the way the money is handled. Okay, they lied because they ain't helping the poor do nothing but stay poor. So that's grounds right there to reroute that money, to rework that. See, that's how you know the government is in on it. That's why Biden's White House and the Department of Justice is giving these doggone white supremacist terrorists that tried to overthrow the government January 6th, slaps on the wrist. Negro still sitting in jail with more time for some weed that the Most High created. But the real thieves and criminals is living lavish. All right. Let me get back. Let me get off my tirade. Get on back over here. Let me simmer down a little taste. All right. Think I play some more of this. I might get a.
Hiring retired pro wrestlers, first class air travel, a horse ranch, and $5 million to build this women's volleyball facility at the University of Southern Mississippi. That building with ties to an NFL Hall of Famer. Brett Favre's daughter played volleyball at the university. Text messages obtained by Mississippi Today show Favre saying he helped secure government grant money for a new arena. And he personally was paid more than $1 million to give 3 motivational speeches that...
Now this right here is the nail in the coffin. If he got a text messaging saying that he secured the federal grant money, that is knowledge of theft. He didn't go to the government to get the money. He went to the welfare office to get the money. See, he know exactly what he was doing. See, when I need some money, when I need some money, I go to the bank to get the money, right? He didn't go through the government. He went through the welfare to get the money. Therefore, he knew exactly who he was stealing from and what he was doing. Listen to it. They said he got the text message. See, the government just sitting around doing nothing. Negroes want to vote for this.
These welfare agencies squandered more than $70 million intended for children in poverty, instead using it as a private slush fund to benefit his family and friends. Tens of millions of dollars on items like hiring retired pro wrestlers, first class air travel, a horse ranch, and $5 million to build this women's volleyball facility at the University of Southern Mississippi. That building with ties to an NFL Hall of Famer. Brett Favre's daughter played volleyball at the university. Text messages obtained by Mississippi Today show Favre saying he helped secure government grant money for a new arena. And he personally was paid more than $1 million to give 3 motivational speeches that never happened. Favre declined to talk to NBC News, but his attorney says he has been questioned by the FBI. Favre says he never...
Ain't no need to question. Just put the cuffs on the man. If he said, see, that's a lie. He said he secured a federal grant money, but he went to the welfare office to get the money. Okay, let me get a land grant to build a Hebrew community. Let me go to the welfare office and see, can I get some land and some farming equipment for the Hebrew community? How about that? They gonna tell me that ain't how it work. Unless I'm white and I'm Brett Fraud. If I'm Brett Fraud, it'll work for me though. Let me move on to the next video. A couple of videos. Let me see. Let me close this out. Let me play this one here.
So how should the leagues support and promote an anti-racism position without becoming political and alienating fans?
Okay. Now he's talking about Kaepernick kneeling. So when is a good time to talk about genocide? When is a good time to talk about injustice? When? You listen to these devils, you just gonna be dead. When is a good time? Talking about political and alienate. You know what, Brett? Doggone getting knees on the neck and shot in the back, shot in the face, shot out arm is alienating black folks. But you don't care nothing about that, do you? What? So white folks' feelings is worth more than black blood. I'm glad I see you for who you are.
An anti-racism position without becoming political and alienating fans. Thank you.
Two of MAGA's finest, former NFL quarterback Brett Favre and insurrectionist Donald Trump, they are one and the same, in that they both have a history of shady behavior involving charities.
I'm the furthest thing from a racist. I think
He said he's the furthest thing from a racist. Stealing from black folks is racism, dummy. Telling black folks when they can't protest is racist, dummy. Do he even know what racist is? Racism is power to keep resources out of other people's hands. Racism allows the police to get away with murder. That's racism. See, we don't have political power to fight it. So what we'll do, you might get some Negroes like me while everybody else worshiping their God, the flag. I'm sitting around looking. See. Yeah.
Brett Favre.
Hold on.
Well,
I got to hear.
You have been watching
Let
a
me
judge
go back.
read out what is ultimately a staggering amount.
Let me see. Can I go back? Let me see here. Let me go this way.
Brett Favre.
So how should the leagues support and promote an anti-racism position without becoming political and alienating fans? Thank you.
Two of MAGA's finest, former NFL quarterback Brett Favre and insurrectionist Donald Trump, they are one and the same, in that they both have a history of shady behavior involving charities.
I'm the furthest thing from a racist. I think I'm a pretty good guy.
Favre's also an outspoken conservative, an ally of former President Donald Trump.
I'm sure if you ask Satan, do he think he was a good guy? He said yes. Satan, is you a good guy?
There they are on the golf course together.
That's all. They making Satan out to be a good guy on that program. What's that program? Lucifer. They got a show. Hey, Satan is a good guy. Don't sleep now. Don't sleep. You wind it back.
First thing from a racist. I think I'm a pretty good guy.
Favre's also an outspoken conservative, an ally of former President Donald Trump. There they are on the golf course together. Thumbs up. Now, Favre is currently embroiled in a controversy involving the use of federal welfare funds set aside for the state of Mississippi's most vulnerable residents, which were reportedly diverted to Favre and others.
New text messages show the pressure former NFL quarterback Brett Favre was putting on then Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant. Favre requested money for an indoor football practice facility to help recruit a player for his college alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi, in 2019. The funding in question from a grant program intended for low-income families. The governor responded to Favre's request. Use of these funds is tightly controlled. Any improper use could result in violation of federal law.
According to court filings, Favre didn't give up.
Oh, okay. Could result. I was just checking it out. I was analyzing.
Could result in violation of federal law.
According to court filings, Favre didn't give up, writing the former governor again about the new volleyball center a few months later, saying we obviously need your help big time, and time
Come on up, Mike. Come on up, Mike.
is working against us. The former governor responded, but we have to follow the law. I am too old for federal prison.
These new court documents filed by Bryant's attorneys allege Favre and former nonprofit director Nancy New, who has already pleaded guilty to fraud in the $77 million scheme, were requesting funds from the Mississippi Department of Human Services to build a facility.
Brett Favre asked the head of a nonprofit handling welfare funds, quote, if you were to pay me, is there any way that the media could find out?
Acknowledgement of guilt. He knows something's wrong. He know it's wrong. He know where the money comes from. He know who it belongs to. He know where it's supposed to go. See what it is. Brett knew that's a whole system. See, if the federal government start untangling this, ain't no telling how many white folks' houses gonna be these big mansions. Ain't no telling how many of them houses gonna be coming down, foreclosed and sold. Ain't no telling how many doggone businesses gonna be closed. They don't want to unravel that. Where all this money going?
Where it came from and how much.
State investigators allege that a group of some of Mississippi's most influential people spent more than $77 million that should have gone to poor families on pet projects like this volleyball arena at the university where the Hall of Famer played college football and where his daughter played volleyball.
We've seen a ton of welfare money that's intended for the poorest folks here in the state of Mississippi flowing to people who just simply did not need it.
Now that you're caught up, more news broke on the Brett Favre front, specifically his, let's call them, charitable endeavors. Now, recall...
Now, y'all listen up. He created a charity to funnel money to the University of Southern Mississippi, USM. Now, this is premeditation. This is consistent behavior. He's hell-bent on doing stuff illegal to accomplish whatever he accomplished, getting a volleyball thing. Let me put it in layman's terms. Okay, I'm gonna create a nonprofit. I'm gonna say I'm helping homeless folks out here on the street. I'm helping widows and orphans. I rake in billions of dollars, but I'm gonna just take the money and build me a mansion. Put me and my wife up in a mansion. I'm gonna go theft low dollar on you. Them son gun boy, hey, before I get the key to open the door, them son gonna be done swooped in, and I be done got dizzy. They done arrested me so fast.
This quote from his agent, because boy, did it age like fine friggin' wine.
Favre's attorney says the football legend never knew where the money he was asking for was coming from, saying he only has good intentions with every charitable endeavor he has organized.
Keep this in mind with what I'm about to tell you. Folks at The Athletic broke this story on Favre, let's call it giving back. The charitable organization Favre for Hope has a mission statement on its website that reads, founded by Brett and Deanna Favre, the foundation supports charities that provide support to underserved and disabled children. And
look, some people gonna die putting their hope in Brett Favre. I wonder how many people died because he could have gave the money and didn't. I just wonder. See, now he is under a whole nother judgment of the Most High. He don't realize it, but he under a whole nother judgment. People is giving money to cancer victims and needy children. He on a whole nother judgment. He ain't getting away. You know what? I'm starting to. I wouldn't really be surprised if he got arrested. I wouldn't be surprised.
breast cancer patients. It also states that Favre for Hope was founded to provide financial assistance to 501c3 agencies that provide services to underserved and disabled children in Mississippi and Wisconsin. In the same years, Favre was soliciting money to build the volleyball facility. His charitable foundation, which received public donations, significantly increased its contributions to USM's athletic fundraising arm. Tax records show that Favre for Hope gave the USM Athletic Foundation $60,000 in 2018 when no other charity received more than $10,000. The next year, it gave $46,817 donations, significantly increased its contributions to USM's athletic fundraising arm. Tax records show that Favre for Hope gave the USM Athletic Foundation $60,000 in 2018 when no other charity received more than $10,000.
So the needy folks didn't get no more than 10,000, but the USM got 60,000. All right, let me get into some Bible verses. I got Bible verses wrote down. All right. 43, Deuteronomy 28:43. I'll read. Okay. I read that earlier. Okay, let me see here. Matthew 24:7. Matthew 24:7. What I wrote down this morning. For a nation, ain't no peace. Y'all got to go back to the beginning of the video to catch the beginning of it. The beginning of the video is Hispanics that hate black folks. Okay. Okay. We talking about some black and brown coalition. Black and ain't none of that. Mashiach said he didn't come to bring no peace. That Matthew 10:24. Look, for nation shall rise against nation. This is bloodline. This is race war. And kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilence. What are famines at, family? They created. Now, this is another type of famine. You got poor and needy people right here. They're literally having trouble eating. They creating a famine by not giving them the money. They creating a famine and pestilences. See? All right? And earthquakes in diverse places. I just want to show y'all that. Nation shall rise against nation. If you go to look at them words up, that's bloodline, that's race war. Matter of fact, let me show it to you. Matthew 24:7. Let me do a refresher. I've done it before, but sometimes it's good to review. Matthew 24:7. Look here. Nation, ethnos, ethnic groups, ethnic cleansing, a tribe, a race. See it? Race wars. Mashiach warned us there was going to be race wars. And we looking for some black and brown coalition. We looking for some black and white coalition. We looking for some black and Asian coalition. We looking for some black and man to save us. He told y'all. He told us. I don't know why I say y'all. Let's go to Matthew 10:34. Matthew 10:34. Well, we on our own, but we ain't alone. We just gotta wait. Tell the other Negroes that. Tell the other Negroes. Yeah, we on our own, but the Most High with us. I know what you're saying. Look, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. So stop running around here trying to get along. Everybody ain't your brother. Everybody ain't your sister. And some of our own people in our own nationality, our own blood, ain't all skin folk ain't kinfolk. All right? And this is how you know that. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. That tells you right there, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And a man foe shall be they of his own house. That tells you that. There you go right there. All right, now, let me see here. Oh, well, it's the same verse. I didn't come to bring peace is in Mark 13:8. It's saying the same thing. He didn't come to bring peace. Since I wrote it down, let's do it. Let's go here then. 13:8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be earthquakes and divers places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, let's go to Luke 21:10. Lynette, you all right up there? You mighty quiet. I ain't seen you in the chat. Nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Okay. There you go in Luke, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Same verse. All right, let's go to Baruch 4:6. All right. Let me just read all of it. Baruch chapter 4. Let me go through 1 through 6. This is the book of the commandments of Yah and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life. but such as leave it shall die. Boy, that's deep. Turn thee, O Jacob, nation of Israel, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto a strange nation. Things that are profitable. We giving us, they call us liquid money. We giving all our money to a strange. I know it's a captivity and we can't go nowhere. Okay, but we ain't got to give them honor. We ain't got to give our honor to another. We're trying to give our honor to some frashkenazes. That's us, not y'all. It's for us to sit back and ignore it and dismiss our bloodline, our heritage, our history, is to give our honor to another, our knowledge and relationship with the Most High. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yah are made known to us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Okay. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yah to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies. The Most High sent us scattered worldwide across the world among our enemies. Mashiach said he didn't come to bring peace. Remember, Satan goes after the woman, the nation of Israel, with a flood. Let me see. Revelation 12:15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away by the flood. Okay. Here's a Bible verse I was listening to this morning in Isaiah. Hold on. Isaiah 59:19. Isaiah 59:19. Now look, Satan is going after the nation of Israel like a flood. Look, let me go. Let me see. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in the earth. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down to you, having great wrath, because he knows he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the Messiah, the nation of Israel. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle. So we're going to be all right in the wilderness. We're going to be all right. Those of us who's really living righteous. That she might fly into the wood, even if we die. We're going to be all right. See, some of us don't, anticipate some of us having to die. Okay? That way you ain't underestimate nothing. Now, all right, and the woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a times and half a time from the face of the serpent. So Satan gonna lose track of the woman. That's what it looked like to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. From the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast, so he can't get to her, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. All right, now let's go to Isaiah 59:19. I was just listening to this. Was it last night? Was it this morning or yesterday morning? One of them mornings. Isaiah. I think it was this morning. I was listening. It was yesterday, because I listened to Jeremiah this morning. All right, 59. Just pay attention to the revelation right there. Matter of fact, let me open up another Bible. Hold on, so I can go back and forth. Isaiah 59:19. Okay. All right. So they shall fear the name of Yahuwah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahuwah shall lift up a standard against him. So when they come in like a flood, don't worry, no worries. We reside in the Most High. When Satan send the flood, don't worry about the flood. The Most High gonna be the ark. We're gonna live inside the presence of the Most High, inside of his will. See, where is it? Revelation. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. Don't worry about that. This is a prophecy right here. So they shall fear the name of Yahweh from the west. Where we at now, family? Ain't we in the west? Just saying. What they call these European Western nations. All right. And his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahuwah shall lift up a standard against it. All praises to the Most High. That's right. That's right. We're going to leave on the scripts. Make sure, I think I done went over everything. We're going to leave out on the scripts. Let me see. I went, yeah. I don't need to go on over nothing else. We're going to leave on the script. But yeah. We're going to leave out on the scripts. All right. Let me end this. All right, family. Any questions? All right, family. See, hour 17. Okay. Y'all take care. Negro finna lay it down, I guess. Well, watch my behind. But nevertheless. All right, now let's stay humble. We love y'all.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. Where all this pride coming from, huh? We denied the sun from the jump. Number one. Number two, we worship all these falsified deities. Yeah. Sending vain praises up, worshiping our enemies. 3, we glorify, put our trust in man. Look, idolizing doctrines that's abominable to man. And we puffed up like we done something. Even though the prophets told us that the Lord would turn from us, utterly destroy us, homeland desolate. He told us he would scatter us. Tell me, what you thought that meant? Most these pastors teaching nonsense in the pulpits. Ministers of Satan, that's who they be fooling with. Doctrines of devils, demons in your reign, sin and iniquity, never ending pain. Pray the Lord forgive me, I blaspheme his name. In my holy ignorance, have mercy on me, man. Have mercy on me, man. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. I was a sinner and I know it, trying to change though. Read scripts, trying to apply them to my life, so I had to make some changes, call it audible. Cause some things I was doing was abominable. Had a slice of humble pie, you should try it, B. It's that inner self that you should be trying to reach. It's that daily bread that we should be trying to eat. The spirit mindset we should be trying to keep. All this hatred is of Satan, he deceived us all. But if we believe on the Son, he gon' redeem us all. Glorified bodies, but are you teachable? Or do you just wanna do what you wanna do? That's a question we gotta ask ourselves, cause that sound like self-worship and that's a path to hell. Well, as for me, I'm a humble on down, and with a trembling heart pray for my crown. Now, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Yea, and if I be offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with all of you. For the same cause, also do ye joy and rejoice with me.